Hello, welcome back, track fans global. We're here one more day. Spectacular performances, historically inclined, magnificent. That's what we would describe day number 6, World Athletics Championships. Yeah, yeah. We're waiting. The people is coming on. And God know, I was blown away by the performances of today. Yeah, we're gonna talk about, we know how the Jamaican athletes are doing. Right, we're gonna talk about everything. All right, so I'm checking for sound qualities to see if the quality is nice, quality is good. All right, and then we'll get it going in earnest. Yeah, man, so you'll soon see me, all right? I'm just checking out the sound and all to see if everything is good before. Yeah, man, so. All right, so the sound sounds okay to me. All right, so it's time. We're here. God know, exciting to say the least. Welcome back. I trust that you all are doing well. And please share out the live, right, as we get into what has been taking place over there, the land of the rising sun. Right, so I'm gonna kickstart it like this. And day number 6, we see a lot of action happening. All right, this morning we had the triple jump women final. We had the 800 meters semifinals. That's for men. The 800 meters first round for women. Right, we're gonna look at all of that. We had the 5,000 meters qualifying for women. This morning we have the javelin finals for men. That happened today. Yeah, we have a lot of things that take place on day number 6. Right, so first, let's get into it. Thanks for sharing the live. So those who are on here, remember to share the live, right, as we go through these things. Yeah, I'm going to share my screen momentarily, all right, as we get into it in earnest. The men's 200 meters semi was this morning. The women's 200 meters semi was this morning. Very impressive, very interesting. Yeah, those semifinals. In the men's 200 meter semifinals, it seemed like some people's narrative, as it were, is going to be changed because it looks impressive. All right. So I'm going to share my screen now. So you should be able to see my screen starting now. And this is what was on for the number 6. All right, let's start off with the 5,000 meter heats for women, right? Those who qualified, right, in the 5,000 meters for women first round, oh well, 5,000, we're looking at the 5,000 meters for men qualifiers right now, and we see Heat number 1 this. Well, it's the full summary. So heat number 1 and heat number 2 together. The Guatemalan athlete Luis Grigalva, he qualified first, 13:32.72. Yomif Kechelcha from Ethiopia, yeah, we expect him, 13:32. Ahmed of Canada, 13:33. So other well-known names you can see on here. Arigari of Ethiopia qualifying also. All the main players, we can see them. Mohamed Katir of Spain, right, he qualified. I'm thinking this is Mohamed Katir. He was the winner of heat number 1, 13:35.90. Egos Gebrewet qualified. Jacob Ingebrigtsen of Norway, he qualified. I don't know how well Jacob Ingebrigtsen is going to be doing in this championship. Right, he did not make it in the 1500 meters. He followed in the heats. Remember, Jacob Ingebrigtsen have been struggling with injuries all season long. So I don't know what he will do in this 5,000 meters. The thing is, he's way more proficient in the 5,000 meters. I don't know if he'll ever lose in 5,000 meters in a major championship. Right, so he might have confidence in that. Nor of the United States, 13:36, qualified. Jimmy Gressier, the surprise 10,000 meter champion. Right, and I think some years ago, Jimmy Gressier was a steeplechaser. Right, but in recent time, he has been dabbling in the 10,000 and the 5,000 meters. He won the 10,000 here in the championship, surprisingly, very surprisingly. Right, so he made it through. Paul Chelimo of the USA made it through. And Nargos of Norway, he made it through. Right, so these were the persons who qualified for the 5,000 meter finals. In all, for the 5,000 meter finals, there were like 16 persons who qualified for the finals. Right, that tend to be the case with like 5,000 and 10,000. A lot more persons make it into the finals. As a matter of fact, with the 10,000 meters, they don't run heats. Right, they just go straight finals. All right. So those were the qualifiers for men's 5,000 meter heats that were run this morning. Yeah. What day I'm looking at? I'm looking at the wrong day. What's going on? This is day 6. Yeah, day 6. Yeah, something is not right. Something is definitely not right. This is saying here, men's long jump final. Men's long jump final was yesterday. Right? So here though we see the 200 meters for women semifinals, right? And we're gonna look at that right now. Right, the winners who made it through, who struggled. Why does it seem like I'm looking at the wrong thing? Oh. Yeah, so on day number 6, yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the 5,000 meter heats for women. Right, those who made it through. Right, you can see over here. Over on this side, Beatrice Chebet and Batocleti. of Italy. She has been running good all season. Uli Ann of USA. You can see the times. Costa of Netherlands. Tanaka, Japan. Beleni of Ethiopia. Natal of Great Britain. Alright, you can see Cheptiok of Uganda. Gudap Sagai, right, made it through. This final, is gonna be very, 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 very interesting, because we have some of the fastest women ever in the 5,000 meter in history. So Gudap Sagai, right, is in the top. I think she's the third fastest 5,000 meter runner of all time. Faith Kipyegon is the fifth, I think, fastest of all time, 14 minutes and 5 seconds. And also in this, we have Beatrice Chebet, which we mentioned already. She has now become the only woman to run the 5,000 under 14 minutes. She has run 13:58:08 this year to break the 5,000 meter record. So she's in. So all the major players are in. Lendon All, Jebet Ngetich, she's in. Issa of Ethiopia, Garcia, Spain, she also. So all the major players are in. Faith Kipyegon. Yeah, so this 5,000 meter finals, it's gonna be a cracker. Other persons don't like 5,000 meters, but I'm telling you that this one is gonna be hot, right? A lot of ladies in the top 5 all time will be in that finals, yeah. So you don't want to miss it. Yeah, the next event that we want to look at on our timetable, that is the women's high jump qualification. Now, and I didn't see much video for the women's high jump. Right, I only see like a one clip one time, so I didn't see much on that. But the persons who actually made it through to the finals is Morgan Lake of Great Britain, and Yalislav Mayuchik, she's a world record holder from Ukraine. Eleanor Patterson of Australia, global medalist from Australia, is there. Angelina Tapic of Serbia. Nicola Aleix-Lagers and Yaroslav Mayuchik, these are the favorites. Nicola Aleix-Lagers has jumped 204 this year. Mayuchik has jumped 202 this year. So both of them expected to battle it out for the gold. Yulia Levchenko of Ukraine is there in that finals also. Ruba of Czech Republic, right, you can see the distance there. So once they had jumped, so 192 is what pretty much everybody jumped, but 1.97 meters was the automatic, right? But everyone that make it to this final seems like they jump like 192, and the last person to the final, Meryl Mays of Belgium, to jump 188, right? I don't see like much persons who are favorite on this list to factor in the final. Probably Christina Ansel of Germany here, 192. I've seen her win Diamond League competition this year, so probably she'll be one also to factor in the final. But all the major players go through: Morgan Lake, Mayuchik, Eleanor Patterson, Aleix-Lagers, Yulia Levchenko, right, and Ansel of Germany. Those are the top persons who we have to watch out for in the finals. We expect Aleix-Lagers and Mayuchik to be pretty much in the 1 and 2 position. So persons who aren't here like the live, because that's how the live get out there. You don't really have to share, but if you like it, it will get out there. The men's javelin finals was on this day, and Kishan Walcott of the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago take the victory. Right, I think this is like his second world championship. Right, he won world championship some years ago. Right, so this is like his second time winning the world championship. He threw 88.16 meters. To be fair, I expected the men's javelin competition to go for more distance than 88 because we have a few guys this year who has thrown over 90. Chopra of India has thrown 90 meters, and also Weber of Germany has thrown 91.51 this year. So I was expecting a higher distance. So Walcott with the victory for Trinidad, first medal, gold medal here in the championship. Anderson Peters of Grenada, right, was second in the Caribbean 1-2, 87.38 meters. Curtis Thompson of the United States was third, 86.67. So these were the persons who take the medals. In fourth, we have Yadav of India. And then we have Julian Weber, the world leader, 86.11, right, was in fifth. Julius Diego, right, though he pulled out of the competition right at about round 2 because of injury, he still ended up finishing in sixth. Ramesh Pachraj of Sri Lanka was in 7th, and Chopra, one of the favorite for the championship, finished down there in 8th. Right, so one more event not going according to plan. Right, if we use one word to describe this world championship, you could use it and say not to plan. Right, not to plan. This championship has not been going according to script. It seems like the athletes see the script and they just take it and they just rip it up, or they just throw it in the fire altogether. But this world championship has not been going to plan. So if you are a favorite in this world championship, you probably should be worried. It probably might be a good indication that you're not going to win. Right, the women's 800 meters heats, right, and the 800 meters for women is crazy fast. 89 ladies, according to the statistics, has run sub 2 minutes this year in the women's 800. That's craziness. And this is similar to the men's 800 meters. A lot of fast people. Right, in heat number 1, we see the Olympic champion and world leader and favorite for the title, Keely Hodgkinson, winning and taking the first automatic spot, 1:59.79, ahead of Asia Raziki of Morocco, 1:59.82, and the third qualifying spot was taken by Ciara Lieberman of France, 2:17. Right, so those were the automatic qualifiers from heat number 1. Heat number 2, right, Anas Berquin of France, 1:58.43, ahead of Mary Mora, right, who run 1:58.44 seconds, right, to finish ahead of Gajanova of Slovakia, 2:44. So those were the top 3 coming out of heat 2. Heat number 3, go on. Sigai Daguma of Ethiopia, who has been out of competition for some months now. She ended up take the victory in heat 3, 2:1.53. Maggie Kangdan of the USA, 2:1.74. And Elisa Quaro of Italy, 2:1.86. Those were the qualifiers on heat 3. Now in heat number 4, we have one of the favorite for the title, Audrey Weiro of Switzerland, 1:58.43. She take the victory. Very impressive young Swiss. In second was Sage Erda Klecker of the United States, 1:58.43 seconds was second. And Anna Welgosh of Poland was in third, 1:58.63 seconds, and that was a personal best. for Wilgash. Now, heat number 5, the win goes to Lillian Obiri of Kenya, and she ran 157.86 to finish ahead of Dali Cooper Gaspar of Cuba, 158.16. That was a personal best. And Work Mesmesale of Ethiopia, 158.46 seconds to take the next automatic spot. Heat number 6 was Georgia Unterbell. She takes the victory. That's a Great Britain athlete, one of the favorite. She has run 155 this year, is Unterbell. 158.82. In second, I was Galvidite of Lithuania, 158.86 seconds. And in third was Claudia Ollinsworth, 159.06 seconds. Heat number 7 and last, in that heat we see our Jamaican interest, Natalia Gould. She takes the victory, 159.66. Noam of Botswana was second, 2 minutes, 0.09. And Trapio of Canada was third, 2 minutes, 38. So these were the people who made it through from the heats of the women's 800 meters qualifying. Now, looking at the full list, we want to look at those who qualify by time. So Nakaya of Uganda, one of the favorite to make a final, she qualified by time, 158.57. Abby Caldwell of Australia, she also qualified by time, 158.71. And Renelle Lamont of France, she qualified by time, 159.32. Also qualifying by time, so that is where this is how the cookie crumble in the women's 800 meters first round. I'm expecting in this women's 800 meters, I expect the championship record to go. And the reason I'll say that is because Keely Atkinson has run 154.74 this year already. And the championship record for the 800 meters is 154.63 seconds. So that's not very far off. So if she really go for it, she has the potential to break that championship record. And I would not be surprised if she break 154, in the women's 800 meters. Women's triple jump final was interesting, to say the least. Right? I was very surprised, right, that Yelamir Roaz of Venezuela come back after 2 years of not competing and grab a medal, right? But it was the world leader, Perez Hernandez of Cuba, who takes it, 14 meters 94, a world lead. She finished ahead of Tia Lafon, the Olympic world champion, chip medalist, and Commonwealth champion, 14.89 meters. She is like making history, one championship at a time for the tiny island of Dominica, our Caribbean neighbors. Yeah, she has done well. Yelamir Roaz, as we said before, 2 years she hasn't competed. And she came back and she take a bronze in the women's triple jump, 14.76 meters. Very impressive, right? Pavea of Cuba, 14.72 meters, just off the podium. Shanika Ricketts, one of the favorite coming in, was in fifth, 14 meters and 56 centimeters. Now in sixth was Sarr of Senegal, she jumped a personal best and a Senegalese record, 14.55. Jasmine Moore of the USA was in 7th, 14.55. 0.51 meters, and in 8 was Akila Smith, 14.37 meter. Right, so she did well. Right, to be fair, all of my Jamaican athletes, they are doing well. I can't cuss. Right, so even if Jamaica doesn't win another medal, right, for all of the remainder of the championship, I would be okay. I would be satisfied because they have been doing good. Right, they are doing far and above what they were doing in the season. And you can't ask for more than that from athletes. Right? So, moving on, we're looking at men's 800 meters semi-final was on this day also. And it was good. It was really, really good. The men's 800 meters semi-final. Based on how stacked the men's 800 meter is, you would expect that some of the guys that are favored will not make it to the finals. And that's exactly what did. And I was much surprised by our 2 Jamaican representatives. Right? So in Heat 1, we had our first representative, Tyrese Taylor. Tyrese Taylor finished down the pack. He finished in 7th in his semi-final. History already made, right, making it to the World Championship, running 143.74 this year. Right? So that was enough for us to celebrate as Jamaicans. Now, the winner of the Heat was Marco Arap, right? The Olympic medalist, world champion. He's a defending world champion. 145.09 to book his spot into the finals. In second, Dejamal Sejati, one of the favorite, 145.37. And in third was Mark English, 145.47. And he ended up missing out on the finals is Mark English. Right? It was a valiant effort by him though. In heat number 2, right, we see Cian McPhillips, right, of Ireland, breaking his national record, right, running 143.18. Right, in second was Max Bergin, 143.37 seconds to qualify. Now Donovan Brazier, after running 143.82, and Francisco Pernici, after running 143.84, personal best, both of them did not make it into the finals. So you run 143.8 and did not make it into the 800 meter finals. That's scary. And the reason they did not make it to the finals was that in semi-final number 3, Mohamed Atawi ran 143.18. And then Emmanuel Wanoni, the defending Olympic champion, right, ran 143.47. In third, Navaski Anderson of Jamaica ran 143.72, a national record, right, taken over from Tyrese Taylor, and he made it into the final, Navaski Anderson. This is history. History. It has been a long, long while since Jamaica had 2 representatives in the 800 meter and had a representative making the men's 800 meters final. The next time qualifier come from Shepiso Masalela of Botswana. He ran 143.80. And so now you realize that Donovan Brazier missed the 800 finals by 0.04, by 0.02. And Pernici of Italy missed the 800 meter finals by 0.04. It was that close. Right, but we look forward to that 800 meters final to see if Wanoni will finally try to go sub 151, 141. Right, David Rudisha is the only man in the 800 meters who has run sub 141. Right, Wanoni has been trying to do that for a time now, but he hasn't been able to. So let's see if he'll get that. In the semifinals of the Women's 200 meters, we look at that. Sharika Jackson, right, is rolling into form. She take her semi-final number 1, 21.99. Right, this is the fastest we have seen her run from 2023 because she has been injured for almost all of last year. So 21.99, right, it's a good run from Sharika Jackson. In second, Amy Hunt of Great Britain, 22.08. That's a personal best for her. And in the third place was Brittany Brown, 22.13 seconds. Now only the top 2 go through by right, and then 2 go through on time. So Jackson and Amy Hunt into the final from heat 1. Melissa Jefferson Wooden, she was the winner of heat number 2, running 22 seconds dead. She finished ahead of Dina Asher Smith, and in the third place position was Ashanti Moore, who ran 22.51 seconds. Right? I had expected Ashanti Moore to make the women's 200 meters final. I had her lowering her time down to at least 22.1, but that did not materialize. And so it is with the life of a track commentator, a track predictor. Right? Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't get it right. And so that's what happened. So Ashanti Moore did not make it to the finals of the women's 200 meters. In heat number 3, Anavia Battle take the heat, running 22.09, finish ahead of Mary Jose Talou Smith, 22.17. Now the way Anavia Battle has been running, she might be able to grab a medal, It's Anavia Battle. She might be able to grab a medal. Because when I look at how she ran down Mary Jose Talou Smith, she looked really easy and control. And it's the second race since yesterday that she's running 22.0. Right, so she might be able to go for a medal in the final. Right? The person who finished third in this race was Mackenzie Long, who was a distant back. 22.48 seconds for her, right? And that was good enough to just make it into the finals, right? Mackenzie Lang's qualification into this final is indicative of how our season has been. Yeah, so she finished 5th at the US Championship, is Mackenzie Lang. And then because Gabby Thomas pulled out, right, and Brittany Brown got a bye, though she had finished in the Brittany Brown got a bye via the Diamond League, right? Then she had the opportunity to come in and run, right? And that's how Mackenzie Lang made it to the World Championship. She barely made it to the World Championship, and now she barely scraped into the finals, right? She was the 8th qualifier, she along with Strawn. But I don't know if Antonique Strawn of Bahamas right here will run that finals, because in her heat she pulled up right before the finish line, holding her hamstring. So I don't know if she will be there in the finals, but we just have to wait and see. So the goal is going to be between Sharika Jackson again and Melissa Jefferson Wooden, right? Being Jamaican, I would want the goal to come to Jamaica, of course, right? But at the same time, you would want the best athlete to win, because it's sport, all right? So doing good, we're making good time. Yeah, so The men's 200 meters semi was epic also. People have been doubting Brian Level for a good while now. They were saying the big three. But I think the narrative probably is slowly changing a bit. In the men's 200 meters semi-finals, right, heat number 1 was won by Kenny Bednarik. Right, he ran 22. He ran 19.88 seconds to take heat number 1. In second was Alexander Aguando of Dominican Republic. He ran 19.98. And in third was actually Charamba of Zimbabwe, 20.03 seconds. Wade Van Niekerk, right, finished outside, 20.12. And Christopher Taylor was in fifth, our Jamaican interest, running 20.21, new personal best. Right, after 2 years of not competing, that's good for him, personal best. It's the second personal best that he's running in the championship, so that works out, that's good. In heat number 2, right, we had Brian Level. Brian Level. After watching Brian Level in the 200 meters heat yesterday, I am convinced that he's going for at least a silver. 19.84 was his times yesterday, and today 19.878, and he broke the spirit of, let's say, the Tobago, one of the big three, right, that we were saying that whether or not he can beat. So he beat, let's say, the Tobago, who were 19.95, and I know, let's say, the Tobago have more, right, and Brian Level, in his semi-final, he had more. So he was off the curve fast like yesterday, and when he reached the straight, he lift and maintain and finish. So on the straight, he wasn't doing much, just like yesterday, and he ran 19.78. So now, I expect Brian Level to challenge Noah Lyles for the gold. Now, Noah Lyles come out after that and say, Brian Level, why don't you run over there? 19.78, show you that I can run faster. And Noah Lyles dropped a 19.51 in heat 3. Right, but to be fair, looking at Noah Lyles, it doesn't seem like he eased up much in that race. So Noah Lyles running 19.51. Zarnell Hughes, right, was second, 19.95. And Dami Bealey of Republic of South Africa was third, 19.97. That's a personal best for him. And then Makarao of Zimbabwe, 19.98, right? And then Adrian Carr, our third representative in the 200. Yesterday I had said it looks like he can run a personal best, and he do run a personal best coming in fifth, 20.08. So we can ask for more than that from